Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Teacher Charles. In this video presentation, we are going through how to answer AS or A-Level History Paper 2. Hopefully, with this information, you'll be able to score higher in your upcoming history exams. So, let's start. Let's first look at the content of this video presentation. The mark scheme and exam format is based on A-Level History with the subject code 9489 and those by Cambridge International Examinations. Therefore, the mark scheme and the exam format for other examination boards might be different from what I'm going to discuss here. The AS syllabus consists of Paper 1 and Paper 2. In this video, we will only look at Paper 2. However, if you are interested in Paper 1, you can check the link above. We will first look at the exam question format, then followed by the technique on how to answer Paper 2, Part A and Part B to reach the maximum scores in the higher levels in the mark scheme. In the CIE syllabus, there are three options for Paper 2. They are the European option, the American option, and the international option. Depending on the school, the students are taught the respective option. Regardless of whichever option, the students are only required to answer from one of the options. So, here is the question format. The duration of the paper is 1 hour and 45 minutes. This is the time you are required to answer both the two questions from one option only. You cannot do one question from European option and another one from the international option. You must answer both questions from the same section only. The total mark for Paper 2 is 60 marks. Each question is then divided into Part A and Part B. Part A is 10 marks and Part B is 20 marks. Now, let's look at Part A. The keywords used are usually explain why. Therefore, the answer must consist of the reasons why. In this case, you are required to give at least 2 or 3 factors. You cannot just describe the factors. You will need to explain the factors as well. The factors must also be supported by relevant historical context or evidence. After you have done that, connect all the factors and reach a conclusion. You can also mention which one among the factors mentioned is the strongest factor to explain the question. We will look at some examples in the future videos when we tackle the past year papers. So, here is the summary of the steps on answering Part A. Describe and explain the factors. Support the factors by including historical evidence. Connect all factors and reach a conclusion. Okay, so that's all for Part A. We can now move on to how to answer Part B. In Part B, it's slightly different. The keywords used in Part B are usually how far do you agree, to what extent, assess the view that, how valid is the view. Basically what all this means is to assess, balance argument on agree as well as disagree with the view asked in the question. For Part B, you can start by answering with agree with the view or statement as mentioned in the question. Agreeing means you are required to describe as well as explain the factors supported by historical evidence. In another word, explain why it happened and supported by historical facts. After at least 2 factors supporting the view, move on to the next paragraph by challenge or disagree with the view. You can do this by describing and explaining the factors why they challenge the view in the question. Again, these factors must be supported by historical evidence or facts. After you have done agreeing and also challenging the view, you can start writing the conclusion. In conclusion, you are required to make a judgment if you support or challenge the view. You need to support your judgment with evidence. The factor which best supports or challenges the view will be the best one to be included in the conclusion. To summarize part B, there are the 3 steps. First is to agree by describing and explain the factors which support the view, and then supported by historical evidence. Next is to disagree or challenge the view by describing and explaining the factors, supported by historical evidence as well. In conclusion, you should reach a judgment, either agree or disagree to the view, and why. And don't forget to answer the second question as well. That's all for this video presentation on how to answer AS or A-Level History Paper 2 essay questions. If you have any queries, you are free to leave your questions in the comment section below. Feedback is most welcome in order for me to improve my tutorial video. Thank you and good luck in your history exams. Bye for now.